these races, and it's interesting to see their different techniques other than just kind of like the, pretty normal strats you see for the Boogey percent run.
Yeah, there are definitely some personal flares that can go.
And
did we get the green light to start?
Yes. Kyle is just a few seconds behind, but well, yeah, okay, there we go. I know Des has been having some issues with her internet connection, so hopefully everything is going to be okay on that side.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And now for the about a minute intro.
Do you remember when we allowed turbo controllers to come in here?
I think it was
kind of extending this question to the chat also. But that was a nice touch.
Yeah, I think late last year there was a announcement about it. I think in like December or very early of this year, I believe.
Yeah, I think this early game discussion with mashing just takes a different turn, whether it's how little over mashing or enabling, disabling the turbo.
Right, yeah, because there's so much text in the beginning. And Kyle is skipping the cracked bat.
Going for those artificial lead.
Hopefully he remembers to get in on his second run through the house.
I like the little turn, Kyle. They just, Ness poking back, saying hi.
Yeah. With his messy hair and his little slippies on.
And those cute jammies.
I want those jammies, dude.
Yeah, I feel like if I was any good at sewing or being a seamstress, I think that would be very simple to make.
I think you could probably figure it out. I mean, sewing's
I don't know. Sewing
difficult.
machines scare me.
They scare you? Can't be scared of the machine. They'll know it. All right, so here we are. They've both done their first hill climb. And gonna hope that Kyle grabs that bat.
Yeah, isn't there some point where Pokey makes fun of you for not bringing a bat or not equipping it?
Yeah, I think they won't let you leave the house without the bat. He's like, don't you want that cracked bat that's just randomly in your sister's room? And you're like, oh yeah, why does Tracy have a bat anyway?
Yeah, I keep confusing that with the winter sequence where Tony tells you to, commit theft in the locker room.
Oh, right.
Which I have forgotten to equip several times.
Yeah, Tony's just complicit in that entire scene, so what does it really matter? A bit of petty theft,
Honestly, so true.
Okay, so Des has changed out of her jammies. The old dad call. Dad phone.
Phone dad.
And then it's about to be the true beginning of the game. Let's see, we got a crow.
Yep, spawns are turned on. It is go time.
Yep. I walked into petty theft. Listen, you're gonna have to talk to Tony about that. That had nothing to do with us. Des is gonna stutter around that coil snake. And here comes Kyle.
Have to rely on the tech right away, pretty early on.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. She's in a pickle.
This do be a pincer.
However, I feel like if you're going to take a fight on the hill, dog is the right fight to take. It'll at least get you a level up and maybe even a bread roll.
A little redemption smash. You love to see it.
I'll having trouble with a dog spawn. And got caught by a crow.
Yeah, crows in the overworld are, I mean, they have their movement that experienced runners know how to deal with, but sometimes that they just dart toward you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just put it into that extra gear.
Yeah, they just like swoop in. You're like, ah! Could you imagine a crow just like dive bombing you? I don't know. Like Kyle going for the safety bread
Just
roll.
going hyper speed.
And Des has just discovered Buzz. A bee. He is not. It's a magpie.
Yeah, one thing that Heiko is mentioning in the chat, since both runners took a fight, they will be level 3 after the Starman fight, which makes that first Pogo Punk a little easier to deal with.
For sure.
If there's any positives that come out of getting a fight on the way here.
Right, yeah. I want to know more about the birds that Wizard knows about. Seems like he's well versed.
I don't know. I'm not much of an animal person. Although I did go to the St. Louis Zoo this week. It's part of a vacation.
Oh.
But I was definitely going there as a, bird's pretty. I did not get to see the sea lion show, though.
Were there any bears?
There were. There was like a South American bear. It had a cute, like, white vitiligo thing going on with his snout or nose. I don't even know. Gosh, yeah. I guess you'd call it a snout.
Yeah, I think it's a snout. I would call it a snout. All right, Des is already at the Starman fight, and Kyle is through the Buzz speech, making his way down. See if Starman gives us any trouble.
Hitting that auto fight button, and I know she has an ASCII pad controller. You just turn that L button on and
freeze.
Chill.
Freeze in a 120. Whoo, yeah, let's go.
Those are the things you love to see.
Indeed. All right, and Kyle entering into the Starman Jr. fight now.
Oh, Ness is packing heat. Normally you don't deal 6 damage.
Woo!
Must have been big offense gains in that level up.
All right, Kyle also getting a freeze and a charge at 96. And an on guard, nice. So looks like 2 pretty easy Starman fights so far. Very nice Starman fight for Kyle.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think he caught up a little bit with that luck.
Yeah, that was really good luck. I don't think Starman fire baited him at all. Lucky. Oh, I got a gift sub. Thank you, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I hope y'all weren't attached to that bee.
You mean the dung beetle?
Its guts got smashed out. But not before this monologue has to come out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait. I love how he's just like, I'm dying. But hey, wait, hang on a second. All right. As moving on to start the day in Onet. Kyle on her heels. He's a buzz, okay? We'll leave it at that. I'm getting some spawn plates down there in Lower Onet.
Yeah, Dez's Onet is looking a bit like a zoo.
Mm-hmm. She's going to take that magic butterfly. Not a bad
wow,
get.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely easy to get complacent with this game. Just kind of going through the motions. Like, I don't remember that being a spawn tile.
You either get lucky or they're everywhere, you know? A good smash from old Q side. Time for Trash Burger. Looks like Kyle is forgetting the hat. And going back.
Oh, nope, it is remembered again. That would have been the boldest of strategies, Cotton.
Yeah. As finishing up her shopping, I'm going to move on down to Frank.
That little diagonal movement is a well-known path to avoid spawns on the way to the arcade.
There
Very
will be sharks
respectful.
everywhere. Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that I don't respect enough. I just go straight down. It's one of those stupid, like high risk, small reward things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I just feel like there's so much lag if you don't, you know, if there's like a bunch of shark spawns down there, it's just like,
oh yeah, you can feel it before they're even on screen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Ooh, nice second pogo fight for Dez.
Now I got a question. I actually don't know what the itinerary is for today. I thought there was one race, quote unquote, for tonight.
I also don't know. Let me see if I can look in the Discord. Race scheduling. I think this might be the
Best of luck to Dez on this fight. I can't remember if Frank has 61 or 63 health, but oof, that 27 knife stab. It's a powerful stab.
He's talking dirty now. Ooh, smash!
Oh, she strikes back.
I'll eat that.
I don't know what her inventory food situation is. I would imagine she's only used the bread roll.
Well, she has 15 PP, so it doesn't... I mean, she's fine. Frankenstein was destroyed.
GG. I wonder if she's gonna go for the full heal or go for the risky play and skip it.
Yes.
Kind of like middling HP and psychic points.
Right.
If I think a burger left.
He's going for it. And Kyle is entering into his Frank fight.
That's another powerful stab. 26.
Yeah. Frank is not playing around.
Giving him a break.
Save or...
no, that was just 19 on 20 health Ness.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kind of giving him a break.
my gosh. What did Kyle do to make Frank so angry? All he's done is brandish knives. Oh, wow. That was rough.
Oh, that's really
that was a mean
unlucky,
Frankie fight.
unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, so Kyle's going to have to go back and talk to his man, get pickled.
Yeah, talk to the ma'am and then talk to the man.
And Des moving on to Giant Step. Oh, gotta buy burgers first. If Frank, well, I don't know, what maybe didn't have his morning coffee. I don't know. Yeah, well, you were kind of like gargly there for a second, but it cleared up.
All right. I might do the old unplug and replug. Been meaning to replace this cable.
Usually solves things. I'll get a snake cookie.
The rarely seen snake cookie.
Uh-huh. That crow didn't want nothing to do with him, though. He said, see ya. And there's another crow in chat. What's up, Apex? I'm probably going to buy some more burgers. We just ran out of snake cookies. I'm sorry.
There might be a 1 in 4 chance you might get another one.
I was about to make the same joke.
I actually don't know if it's 1 in 4. I was just, being confidently incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the truth hurts. I believe that was Dez's first pack of attack slugs.
All right. My favorite part of the game. Murdering my people.
Oh, yes, your namesake.
Yeah. Are they regular cookies with snake in them or cookies made with snake eggs? Actually, we just drew a little snake with icing on the top of it. They're just sugar cookies. Sorry. All right, second Frank round, and he's back with the knives.
Well, fortunately, he's brought to 25, which should be healable. Oh. Yeah.
I decided just to punch him that time. All right. Des working on those slug packs.
I think this attack should kill Frank.
Yeah, there it goes.
Couple big rolls in there.
Yeah, he'll get a level up and have enough for 2 life ups during Frankie's time.
I have not been paying attention to Dez's offense during the level ups, but I'm assuming if she gets 4 or more, she'll get to that magic number.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get that auto win.
See what she's doing on those slugs.
Oh, the mouse escaped the cliff.
Yeah, she went back further and reset it, and Kyle has made it through the Frank and Frank fight. I used to go in and out of the cave to try and get slug packs, but I find that the mouse on the cliff and the walking to the rock and back is a much better strat, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was only something I learned in the last year or two.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of discussion in the threads about that.
Yeah. I've tried the strategy where you make your way up to the very top floor and try and get 6-packs. But I don't know. It's risky and you're not guaranteed, and there's antoids and
Yeah, there's a lot of studying around, and like I'm sure you're saying, it can take literal minutes to find that 6-pack.
Right. And then even then you don't know if there's going to be an antoid mixed in. So you're just like, ugh. I will say though that when I was first doing boogie runs, I would definitely get to level 9 to feel more confident against the Titanic Ant. And as I've done more, I feel better about just being at level 8 and taking him out.
Yeah, that comfort just comes with time, right?
For sure. And like practice and just like, knowing when to heal and do that, I think that's a big part of this run is knowing what HP you should have, at what point, and anticipating almost sort of like the worst case scenario,
I like what Des did here, this adaptation. I think she fought 20 slugs and 2 mice.
Yeah, I've been seeing people
kind of going off what we were just saying, how awkward it can be to look for that 6-pack.
Right. And then see, what are those? What are those? We don't know. And we'll never know now. Kyle and Giant stuff. I don't think he bought any burgers, so he's risking it.
Maybe it's his way of saying he's assuming that Des didn't take a death at Frank, and this is his attempt to catch up. I respect it. Sure. I hope it works out.
Me too. Maybe he'll grab that skip sandwich as well.
I love to see those risks get rewarded.
His first slug pack. Although he did buy burgers before he went to that Frank fight, so maybe he feels confident he has enough to get through. Because you can just use your PP because, you'll hit the butterfly up at the top.
Oh yeah, doing burglars for the slug grind is fine. I'm just the boss fight that I'm worried about.
Definitely, because you pretty much use all of your PP trying to take him out. Ooh, 100 hit on an ant. Nice roll. Like Kyle's checking status.
Oh, yuck, and a low roll out of Dez's second rockin'.
Kyle's searching for those slug packs. They are. Okay, Titanic Ant hitting her with pretty, easy attacks. Really hasn't done a lot of biting.
I haven't seen the 40s yet. And the ant hasn't shielded itself yet.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Andy? And the ant is down.
Going to reach the sanctuary before 24 minutes, which is a very solid time.
For sure. Kyle is still looking for those slugs. Oof. Have you ever seen the thing? I think it's in like I don't know what category it is, but where you die to that antoid and like essentially do a death warp out of giant stuff.
Oh yeah, you would have to you get either sent back to home, where you'd have to get a full heal either through mom, or I've seen calling at the drugstore and then taking the full heal at Frank.
Yeah.
think an ideal way of doing that is fighting 2 Antoids and maybe even taking your equipment off before getting the fight.
Manip warp, yeah. Right, and Des talking
Yeah,
to...
I think that's the current manip route.
Remember, kids, don't ever talk to the cops. Unless, you know, you're gonna go beat them up.
Apparently these cops can talk to their children without their parents' consent either. Guess the laws run a bit different in Eagle Land.
Yeah. They're like, he's got a bat! Get him! And Des going into her cop fight at about 25. Looks like if this goes well, she should get out of Onett under 30.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty safe bet. I was going to say a smash would be nice, but not exactly what I had in mind.
To crush it. I feel like these cop fights can be risky because you don't want to go into the next round with, you know, low HP. And
oh no, Kyle was ready to get the jump from the other mouse.
Oh no.
Looks like he's going to survive this one, though.
Yeah, he did a life up. And Des is just getting pummeled by these rabid cops. While deciding to take it to the second level.
Is this the 6th pack of slugs? I was not keeping count.
I don't know. I feel like he's been fighting mostly mice. I don't. Is the 3rd or 4th cop for Des?
I believe this is the 3rd. Oh, and of course
nice.
The smash comes in when it doesn't matter.
Right, yeah.
Good old overkill.
Alright, so one more cop to go. You want to keep your HP up in this last cop fight because you don't want to go into strong because he will grapple you.
Kyle's looking pretty strong. Has 25 offense. Doesn't need to fight anymore.
Very good.
It's a little awkward to start a step when there's all those enemies on screen.
Mm-hmm. And I hope that's not a pack of Antoids. Alright, just one. You can deal with one.
We're getting maximum value out of that life up.
Is still fighting that 4th cop. I'm not sure what's going on. And another smash. There we go.
On the 3rd hit.
Yeah. Kyle making his way to Titanic Ant. Going into the strong fight for Des.
Oh boy.
He
Chancing
grappled.
it.
Go! No! That's gonna be Des coming back from Northern Onett. I like to sometimes take a safety save at the hotel if I don't feel confident about the cops, which I don't always feel confident about the cops. And then you can just go and heal with Frank. Not the quickest route,
that's something. But... Yeah, if that's something you like to do, you might as well do it after Frank. Try to go for the giant step death warp.
Interesting. Yes.
Otherwise, I think there's no shame in going for another burger run.
Yeah, for sure.
If the count's a bit low. Right. Yeah, it's a shame that Des has to fight all 4 cops again.
This could give Kyle a chance to catch up, though.
Yeah, it definitely makes the race a bit more interesting. First rock and connects.
Ooh, 42 bite.
Oh, it's going to be another chance.
Ooh. Oh, no. Okay.
Man, never lucky.
It's like I was saying, you know, a large part of this run is anticipating hits and making sure you keep your HP up, even if it wastes a turn. Let's get some more burgers. I was going to have to go back through Giant Step. My first race that I did in this tourney, I got grappled by Strong literally 5 times in a row. I had to fight him 3 times before I could defeat him.
Oh, and that's the strong attack.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, what are you doing? Stop. I'm a child. This isn't fun anymore.
Like, there's so many free turns that it gives, too.
Yeah, right? He's on guard. Defense, blah, blah. No, He was mad. He also hadn't had his coffee that day. It's like Kyle is using muscle memory. Oh, no, never mind. He's going to Giant Step. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, he thinks you're telling me. I had to remember that, too.
Did you think the same thing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's he doing? Going to talk to the weird kid that says he likes you? Well, you know what I mean.
Well, just walking back from home, you don't usually take that route to Giant Step.
Right, exactly. It'd probably just be easier to maybe stutter past these mice to get up to the, you know, where you need to go, but also probably
Yeah,
don't wanna
maybe
take
maybe
fights.
that time he got pincered is fresh on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what his stuttering skill is. Maybe he's not confident enough on it.
Yeah. It can definitely, I mean, it can swarm you. The mice are not wanting Kyle to come back into their cave. They're saying, not today.
Yeah, they're the bouncers.
Yeah. They got a lot of guts. That's why they're bouncers. 220.
Oh, of course, all these slugs spawn when
oh, yeah,
they're not needed.
Right. For sure. Sneaky like that.
Honestly, if there's any justice, these slugs will just gift Kyle a bomb.
That would be awesome.
I think RBM already got a bomb drop this race. I'm not sure if there are any others.
I think Kyle got a bomb in his first race, if I recall correctly. Right, Des back to Strong.
Oh yeah, I need to correct myself. I know him as RBM, but recent name change to Kodama. Kodama got the bomb drop. I think it was during this week's race too.
There you go. He did. Bless you, Kodama. There's a lot of superstition around that bomb. Strong is out of the fight. Bomb did me good. Good.
GG. I hate Onet. I hate it here.
Yes, this is the worst town. It makes sense that it's the town you grew up in, just trying to get out.
I'm just waiting for Crimson to come back on screen and go, what happened? Game is brutal.
Mm-hmm. Earthbound happened, Crimson. That's what happened. Just like goes and takes a nice walk and comes back in, and we're all just like pulling our hair out, like, why? Right. As making her mushroom alley. And grab a burger, probably for Apple Kid.
I wonder how close Kyle is to level 9.
I
know
mean,
he
I
took a
think,
couple extra fights.
yeah, I think if he takes maybe like just 1 or 2 more, even if they're just like auto fights, he might get to level 9.
That close, huh?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know. Just seeing that healthy 90 health and 30 mana
Yeah, pretty nice.
feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was ready for Dez to like give the single dollar amount exact, knowing how much you need for the rest of the category. I think that's something she would know.
Right, yeah. Kyle, this might put him to level 9. Oh, he's already at level.
He's already
yeah.
there. And being at 88 health is still more than level 8 strats.
Yes.
He's ready.
Oh, come on.
Missed that pixel.
And they did not give him an auto fight. They're doing him dirty. Might be worth it to eat a burger. Yeah. Why you did say mana? You say mana.
I was
one
of those lucky souls that had this game back in 1990X, and I remember my younger brothers making fun of me for unironically saying PP. That might have a small part to do with it.
I also had this game when it came out, but I played with my sister, and so, you know.
Did you have the booklet and the scratch and sniff stickers?
Yes. I wish I still had those stickers. I still have my guide. And I wish I had had the foresight to keep the box, but I had ripped those stickers out. And Lord knows why, because they smelled terrible.
Yeah, the Belch ones were especially bad.
Yeah.
Of course.
The Bubble Monkey smelled good, like bananas.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that in the repros that they make, the cards are there, but they don't have like the scratch and sniff scents.
All right.
That'd probably be pretty expensive to get made. And also, who knows what they used for those smells.
Kind of speaking of repros and that stuff, I heard like Fangamer redid their stock of like the Earthbound like catalog or encyclopedia.
Oh,
like talks about all the trivia stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I have that book. It's really cool. And the guide. And yeah, Kyle's having some trouble with Ant. He is not being.
Oh yeah, this is not a paid stream or sponsored stream. Although that would be super cool.
Yeah, for sure. I have the backpack too. It's a great backpack.
The backpack?
Yeah, they have a Nest backpack you can buy. You can buy it like a new one or an old one, so it's either like bright yellow or kind of like brownish.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Actually, like the products from Fangamer are really like high quality for like, you know, not like an
GG Kyle
amount. All right, Kyle is done with Ant. And Des is going to pick up her pencil eraser.
Yeah, and thanks to chat for paying more closer attention to the play-by-play. I thought Kyle was at 5 health at one point, but I didn't see the gut save. I mean, who am I to disprove Andy or argue with him?
Des going into PRV.
What's your favorite acronym for PRV? I know there's been a few of them that have been tossed around. I'm quite a fan of Painful Rest Valley.
Yeah.
or Painful Hurt Valley, but that's not really PRV though.
What about Pitiful Retreat Valley?
Yeah, that works.
And there is a little UFO that will not leave. It's gone.
Just hanging out with the mole NPC.
Mm-hmm. He's not an enemy. Why are you hanging out with him? All right, and Kyle is going to be making his way to the cops.
Hopefully Strong treats him better than in Dez's run.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he'll get some... I mean, he's pretty high level, so he should be okay. And maybe he'll get some burger drops or some good smashes on the cops leading up to Strong.
Ooh, 3. Okay. Going for Apple Kid as well.
That's a bit of a risky move. Maybe he feels pretty confident because he has, those higher levels.
I like it.
Yeah, all right.
I was actually wondering if he had enough to do all of the shopping, but I think $500 would not have been enough if he was buying the burgers as well.
Mm-hmm. Pretty chill PRV for Dez so far. Nice to see. Like she wants that butterfly. Kyle going into his cop fight.
Give him a little tour on the way there. Like, is this supposed to be like an interrogation room? Like, there's no furniture.
It's where they do
oblong-shaped windows.
It's where they do yoga. Duh. It's their yoga
on
room.
hardwood floors.
Yeah, they have
You know what?
mats.
I can buy that.
Yeah. Right, Dad's
Little
going to do
community involvement.
It's the what is it? The easy breeze movement? What is the lady saying?
Oh, you got me stumped there.
Oh, what is it? Someone has to know. She's like, I came up with this in Onet. She's like, I came up with the something breeze movement.
Is it like the lady in one of the houses that you can't enter?
Fresh breeze, yes. Fresh breeze movement. No, she's just like an NPC chilling. And I think there's a billboard about it as well.
Leave it to the fans of the Earthbound to know some random piece of trivia.
Exactly.
Y'all never disappoint.
One of my favorite parts in Onet when you're just playing vanilla is when you talk to the girl next to the Tucson sign and she says, are you the guy that goes around and reads all the billboards and then says, check-a-rooney? I love it.
I think I might remember that playing randomizer on something completely unrelated.
Uh-huh. That's going into the shack fight.
Looking for 94 health or more on these cultists. No dice.
Nope.
Got the crow, though, which is honestly probably one of the better things that have happened.
Right, that crow can be really annoying.
Just, leave my burgers alone. They're my burgers. I paid for them.
Yeah. Are you going to give me a cookie for this? No, get out of here.
Every time I see that item drop, I'm like, ooh, I hope it's the PSI caramel or whatever the cultists give.
Okay, and Kyle going
One
into
can
the
dream.
strong fight with a little bit of low HP. And he's lifing up, which was a good idea. Yep. Will he get it? He got
30,
it.
30
Nice.
health, that's no problem. It only looks scary.
And hopefully this takes care of Strong. And Kyle is through the cop fight. Very good. Pretty easy for him there. And Dez moving into the cultist hut.
Green.
Oh.
Where is Crimson? Still out on that walk?
Guess he's on a walk. He's walking around.
Post is gone. Party at this stream.
I got some pretty sweet YouTube videos I could share.
Yeah, you said he'd been on like a late 90s, 2000s binge.
Oh, that was me, because I watched Woodstock 99.
And I guess he didn't say when he was coming back.
Nah, he just said that he hoped nothing went wrong. So here we are. We have no supervision, Wah. I don't know if you need it, but...
No chains can hold us.
I can't always be trusted. All right, and Dez is at Car Painter. We'll see if he cooperates. Kyle is going back to the department store to get his money and make his phone call. And first two lightning attacks did not hit.
Yeah, it's a shame that smash didn't stick because none of the lightnings went through.
All right, we got one. And he's done. One and done. And 27 HP, not bad.
Yeah, she played that fight really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to forget when to like throw all your damage out.
Right. We have a raid from Sharpless, raiding with Party 6. Thank you so much.
Raid hype.
All right, Kyle making his way to that old slob Apple Kid's house. And Dez is going to be picking up Paula here in a moment.
Yeah, she went a little out of her way to get the skip sandwich, but she did know that she had a full inventory, which is not exactly easy to keep track of. I know Dez also runs the Japanese cart, and I don't know if she speaks or reads Japanese fluently, but if she doesn't, I know then that game comes with a lot of inventory management, a lot of mental thinking. That just probably comes second nature to her at this point.
Yeah, I would imagine it just has to be like muscle memory and knowing like where things are in the menu, because I don't think Des can read Japanese.
Yeah, and then we have to add all the random cookie drops and
right, yeah,
all the
might not
NPC
know what you got.
items.
Mm-hmm. Right, so Paula has been busted out of jail, and Kyle is making his way to take a look at the pencil eraser. Just a peek, you know, just to see.
Just a look-see, a little plot device, keep the game going. Doesn't even need to see it.
Like, oh, pencil eraser statues? Puh. Yeah, for sure. For movie. And good death work for Dez. That mole complied.
Yeah. Very aggressive mole. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she withdrew everything from that department store earlier, so reviving Paula shouldn't be a problem.
Very good. I think it was Classic James who was doing a strat the other night where I don't think it was a race, I think he was just running, but he Paula alive and went for the cup of life noodles and then did the death warp in PRV. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the Vogler strat. We also save at the bus. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, well, most of the risk with that is all the spawn tiles that are in that little crevice by the life noodle.
Yeah.
That's probably the highest risk and reward strat this category has to offer.
Kyle's going to pick up his pencil eraser machine. Ooh, good thing he didn't trigger Everdread.
Pretty close to getting that.
It was a little close there. Okay, and...
Oh, we got a hippie. Hippie spotted. Blinking, you'll miss it.
Could get that, amazing toothbrush drop. And Des going to get the unmarked bills that Everdread cannot keep.
You think Everdread can just skip the middleman and launder his money directly through the theater?
I don't know if Poochie Fud wants to do business with a guy like Everdread. Me, personally, I would party hard with Everdread. He seems like fun.
Yeah, he's even got his own place.
He has like random wads of bills. He's like, the head mob boss of a park, that has eggs.
Town market.
He's got dreams and aspirations. He can quote haikus. I mean, he's rad.
Oh yeah, that's right. His going away haiku.
That UFO was after Kyle and got him. Let's see if he can.
And Kyle looked like he was really close to dodging it, ready to juke behind the tree.
Oh, Des does not know Japanese. I didn't think you did, Des. And he got a smash on that, which is nice because those UFOs are quick and they do about 20-something damage each time they hit you with a beam. So Des is watching the infamous Runaway 5.
Is it infamous in that there's a sixth member?
Yeah.
Or are you just not a fan of live blues music or whatever?
That's Keyboard Terry.
I didn't know it had a name now. He do be jamming.
Back. And Kyle getting out of that pickle. That was nice.
Got some moves.
Definitely would despawn that whirling robo. Right? Not a bad PRV, skipping the butterfly. As is finished.
Has he healed up from that UFO fight?
Yes, he did.
Glad you got the play-by-play down.
And skipping the second one. Okay, let's go, Kyle. Des doing dirty business with Poochie Fud.
I love that you got the manager's name down.
Yeah, he just looks like a Poochie Fud, All right, will Kyle go shopping? He is not. And getting caught by some cultists, not good.
Yeah, the best shot here is just to throw a rock and hope to take all of them out.
Oh, and they just called a friend. Oof. I'd do another one, yeah. Oh, farts. Oh, yikes.
Oh, where did he last call?
Yeah,
was it back in Tucson?
He's going to be in Tucson. He didn't even go into the shop and happy.
Yeah, I thought those damage rolls seemed a bit high.
Yeah, and they were in a bad spot. I was going to go sleep. Don't think I would do that when there's so many butterflies along the way, but hey.
Yeah, I would agree with your call. We do get to see some content not normally seen in Boogie Percent, though.
Sure.
I think Paula's dad is going to go running down the streets.
Oh, nice. And that dude in the hotel actually gives you $50 if you bug him long enough.
That's right. Oh, wait, maybe I'm misremembering this. Aw.
But when does he do that? Because that is a thing that happens, but yeah, you rarely see it. Is it? Do you have to fight Everdread before you like talk to Paula or anything for that to happen?
Maybe getting the pencil eraser clears that flag.
Maybe, yeah. I love that your dad's just like running around. I mean, that's a good father. He's the only good father in the entire game.
He's got like Usain Bolt speed, though. He's just zooming.
All right. Sexy zombie lady. Got to get kidnapped. Wow, did you see the all the new stuff that came out about Earthbound a couple months ago? And they had the like cutscene where the zombie and the ghost are like dragging Paula and Ness to the prison.
Oh, that's spooky. No, I have not.
Oh, you need to look that up. It's probably somewhere in the Discord, but the guy who was a dev on it like found and I think Clyde Mandolin did a lot of the localization of it as well. But he found like a disc.
I was gonna say, so this is not like fan made or a machinima.
No, yeah. The guy found like a literal floppy disk from like when he was working on Earthbound, and it had all these like cut out scenes. Like there was also a scene in the desert where the
that's an unfortunate pincer that Kyle got. I think there were 4 UFOs on screen at one point.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But there was like the bulldozer like actually moved, and there were all these names for like random NPCs, and the magic cake lady was actually a magic massage lady.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of vibes with the Japanese version having a bar and the American version changing it to a cafe.
Right. He's just crying to my latte. I mean, we've all been there. It's fine.
Yeah, honestly, it's so true.
Kyle making his way back through PRV after that unfortunate pickle moment. And not of the fuzzy variety.
So this guy on Dez's screen, I just learned like maybe a couple years ago, I realized that he's wearing PPE. I just thought he was just some dirty scientist hobo.
Oh,
with like green shadows over his eyes.
I always thought he was wearing like a Ninja Turtles mask, you know? Like he had like some like mask on.
Like
that makes
Leonardo
so much more sense.
Or I can't remember what the green turtle was.
There wasn't one. Oh, green. Oh, Kyle. Oh. This PRV is really letting him have it. I don't think he even made it. He didn't even make it to Paula either, so he still has to go back through that cave.
Yeah, that's right.
Scientist hobo. Thinks he has jokes. Oh, the key didn't work, huh?
I just felt like I had that Mandela effect. Like, you sure there was no green turtle?
The forgotten Ninja Turtle. The green one. It was Picasso.
So, Kyle's a survivor. He actually got that life up before Car Painter, so that'll help him out with all the fights beforehand.
Well, it looks like he has a cold, though.
I think he's going to choose to take the full heal at Happy Happy.
You think so? He doesn't get any cult spawns, and I think he's gonna go shopping as well. Ooh, safety dog. As is in Winters.
Yeah, something about the Winners dogs. They always carry their baguettes with them.
Mm-hmm. Another thing from that article, I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it in the Discord, is that the reason why the monkey like trails behind you is that they wanted him picking up like apples and bananas off the ground, but then they were like, that doesn't make sense for apples and bananas to be on the snow of Winters, so they took it out. But that's why.
Yeah, I don't think I remember that being like a national crop, or at least for that time of the year.
Yeah. They also don't grow from the ground, so someone would have just been throwing them out.
No, instead, it's just a monkey. He likes to chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
He's there because reasons.
All right. And Des about to take her Tessie ride. And Kyle has a full inventory. Is that cookie? I agree, Irving. Maybe he could have like teached you, wow, cool words. He could have taught you how to blow
words can be
bubbles.
hard.
Yeah. MS Green Turtle. MS Lost Ninja Turtle. Forgotten Ninja Turtle, RIP.
Kyle's just gonna bash this one out.
He's gonna have to. Oh no.
I was like, hopefully without getting any friends.
Okay. All right, so it's going all right. He's got plenty of burgers, so he should be okay. Maybe he'll even, or there is always a chance there's a butterfly kind of in the northern part of Happy Happy, so.
Yeah, true. Misses notwithstanding, that was a 2-hit on that Cult of C. Something to note.
Sure. Yeah,
it's getting a little blocked by the signs. Signs indoors, they're definitely a bit hard.
And this cultist doesn't want to go away.
Oh yeah, that's right. Des has that extra bread roll.
Ooh, nice. Yes. Hey Pepper. Kyle has suffered a few deaths, and he is gonna go take that heal at the Blue Inn. But he is soldiering through. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, and Des is doing pretty well too, even with that one death at Captain Strong. I mean, that's a death that'll cost minutes, but even with that, this is still pretty competitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that strong death can cost you 5 minutes if you're up top.
She's being a little hopeful, trying to get the duck to move out of the path. Right now, it looks like it's in a pretty good spot. Maybe she wants it to be even lower.
Probably doesn't trust Bubble Monkey, which she should not.
Nice. It looks like her patience is going to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Bubble Monkey comes through.
Nope.
Of course, it doesn't. Why do we even have to shot call that?
Why would he ever do anything right? Oh man, Kyle just getting pummeled by cultists again. Getting some good smashes in there again. And Des is finished with Brick Road. Whew.
Yeah, Ness angry. Ness smash.
Yes, exactly. See how Pawn Cave goes for Des. So far, there's another bouncer mouse, so. And Kyle meeting Car Painter is taking a risk with the stutter.
I definitely respect the attempt.
Mm-hmm. Which worked out. He did not get any smash hits.
Yeah, pulled through in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Kyle hitting Car Painter with his sigh.
Yeah, well done. I would have been ready to start stuttering too, but I didn't see the other mouse and ant.
And Kyle is through the Car Painter fight. Not a bad one.
With what looks like 2 mole hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that do be a lot of burgers.
Threw away his bracelet. Said, see ya.
Might as well do some menuing.
Yeah. And Des getting caught up by mushrooms and Pawn Cave. Mushrooms and mice.
So that lady on Kyle's screen, there are some people who call her Janet. She's probably my least favorite NPC in this category.
Oh, yeah?
I always try to go right side when I leave, and you can kind of tell where she starts to move as Picky comes on screen and pauses the entire overworld.
Mm-hmm.
There are some times where she just goes up and she just pins Nest to the pillar.
Yeah.
Like, hello, trying to move. Got a game to run. I'm racing. Hello, Janet.
I understand that. I'm always like, lady, move it. Get out of my way. Right. Des is out of Pawn Cave. Bubble Monkey has found the love of his life and is leaving us. And Kyle just got our girl Paula.
Shout out to your girl, Paula.
Des is making her way to the Skyrunner. Just gotta talk to your crappy dad first.
Going with the quicker options and answering no. Like handfuls of frames faster. We take those.
Not sure what Kyle's gonna get money. I wouldn't pull out money before death warping, but
yeah, he'll have enough to revive Paula.
Yeah, like probably like $100. Like I think it cuts your money by 50%, right, when you die?
That's right.
Oh, good first hit from the mole. And a good second hit from the mole. Very quick mole fight.
Yeah, it's not often that both moles go pretty well for the racers.
Yeah, for sure.
One little bit of RNG that goes our way.
Kyle is lost in Tucson. And Des is
It
circling
happens.
Threed. Yeah. It's a big town, you know?
With like 20 doors or infinite doors.
Very fun.
Played enough randomizer.
Cave. Yeah. All right, here's Paula's Olympic runner dad.
He even does high knees as he follows us out. The grind never stops.
And Des is about to crash. Boom.
I love like the 60s Batman
Yeah.
quality to that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of Jeff's gadgets are like those old Adam West belt buckle tools.
Right, yeah, like a zip gun, a pop gun.
Like shark repellent.
Slime generator.
I think one of them was like a defense shower.
Mm-hmm. I always wondered, like, what? I just like, does something just like fall on you? Like, how? What is defense?
Meanwhile, Desby zooming.
Yep, zoom zoom, using that skip sandwich to get down to the Boogey. See if there's a zombie dog. They've been everywhere in these seeds.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
See, there it is.
Oh!
Back. Every single
I was going
one.
to throw respect to her for going away from the Threed sign. That always seems to be a safe harbor for monsters. Looks like it didn't poison any of the kids.
Yeah, zombie.
That's like the worst case scenario.
Zombie dog's like, you're gonna put respect on my name in this tourney. Okay, we get it. Sorry.
I actually speak lies. Worst case scenario would be like killing one of the kids, but poison's pretty bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Paula does have fire for this fight, though.
Nice.
Whether she asked for it or not.
I mean, if it was gonna kill a kid, I'd say Paula, you know? Typically, she doesn't have fire. You're really just hoping for, you know, a freeze on the tent. There goes
Yeah, actually, killing Paula, you wouldn't have to bother with leveling her up in this fight.
Yeah, the level mashing. 485 Boogey tent.
Yeah, that's 485 is good enough. So well played. Make sure you don't shake your console. And I think this match should go Dez's way.
Always just like sitting there like mashing, like come on. And
Well, she has a turbo controller. She can just set the controller down and just watch.
Alive, honey. GG, Des.
Yeah, well played.
Very well played. We're 13.
I remember last year there was a tiebreaker situation where they averaged out some of the runs in this first bracket. Is that the case this year?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was something about like best of 3 runs or best of 2. Although I might be paraphrasing or misremembering. Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar. Leave it to the host to know.
Very good job, Crimson. We're just commentators, you know. We're just here for the entertainment.
So I have a general idea of like Dez's skill with this game, and this could probably be the time that gets dropped off.
Yeah, definitely. I think that strong fight threw her off. Dez is usually more around like a 109 or less.
Yeah, and I don't know how her other races have been so far, but really excited to see how this goes.
Hey, Kyle. Good job, dude. Well,
Suppose I could unmute. This runaway music do be jamming.
yeah, I do. All right, Kyle's gonna keep going. Let's go. Kyle, what's your PB right now? Go say good vibes. And Dez is breaking the game.
I was never any good at breaking the game, or at least at this spot.
Honestly, I would be too scared to even try something like that on my like ancient 1995 cartridge of Earthbound. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of this, but I know I had one time where my save files were deleted. I actually had a window of the game apologizing to me. I'm like, wait, what? That's a thing?
What? Really?
Like the Easter eggs, they just never end.
They really don't. Have you ever gotten the insignificant item?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you like turn it into Tucson and you get one of those magic truffles.
Really?
I think that's what happens to it.
Alright, so Kyle is letting the zombies stare into his soul and look him over. Might do 5%.
This could be a chance for Kyle to do the infamous graveyard death warp.
Yeah, not a
just
bad
respawn
play.
in Tucson. No, he definitely should not have taken that. Definitely made the right play here. Objectively a time loss.
Well, it would have taken you right back to where the Runaway 5 dropped you off.
Yeah, and then the ladies should respawn.
And it wouldn't matter that Paula is dead because she comes back alive in the prison. They kidnap you, but they also revive you. It's not a bad
Yeah, I was going to say that cutscene that you mentioned, did that mention how it revives Paula?
No, they're just being, like, dragged away.
Man, just the plot holes in this game, I cannot believe it.
I'm going to write Itoy a letter. Dear sir, you are my hero. I love you. Please call me on the phone. Can we talk?
I have to know. I'm dying to find out.
I have so many questions. Please. Thank you. I'm not obsessed. What? All right. And Kyle is in Winters. Got to be bad kids with Tony.
Just a little crime.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Tony has that sick hat.
I mean, he can't be asked to commit it himself. His hair makes him stand out.
Definitely. And those glasses are very unassuming for Jeff, so it was the right choice.
It's true, he just takes them off and it's like Superman.
Tony just immediately puts his hat on as soon as he gets out of bed. He's just that good. And Kyle's...
A little confirmation that, in fact, the game does tell you how to play the game.
Yeah, the green Ninja Turtle is here. What if Maxwell was like, "Come on, guys, let me join the Ninja Turtles," and like, "Get out of here, dude! You're not even a turtle."
But I brought my nunchucks and everything.
No one wants your weird experiments and your bad keys.
He probably does have the number for the mock pizza, though.
That's true. Good call, Bob.
That's not the alphabet I remember.
Everything I know is a lie. Now getting the gear.
I still have a notepad, Doc, that tells me notes on how to not screw up in glitchless. I think I have the order of lockers. I've definitely picked up the broken Magnum gun more than once.
Oh, gosh. And he's forgetting Bubble Monkey. Oh, nope. He's going back for Bubble Monkey. Yeah, exactly. Have you ever used the pack of bubble gum? It's like you take it out and chew a piece, but it's not satisfying.
Aw.
See if he'll get a safety dog.
Do something like self-depreciating in that. Seems like the text is having an existential crisis.
Like, Ness, are you okay? It's just chewing gum. $4 Hitman.
Like melancholy chewing. That might be the subtitle.
That would be a funny like stream. Your stream title is just melancholy chewing, and it's just you chewing gum, sad, listening to sad music and chewing gum. Right, Jeff about to.
I'm absolutely enamored by what's on Dez's screen right now. I mean, I've seen the English-Greek alphabet thing, but this is a new one for me.
And Kyle's about to take his Tessie ride.
Oh, nearly got the photo.
It was about, yeah, I don't know how he skipped that plate. Whew, skills.
Yeah, I know that Tessie Watcher can get in the way, thinking I can go around them, and then the fanfare pops up, and I just want to slam the reset button.
Yeah.
See you guys in another hour.
Although the Pickle Man music is pretty good.
Yeah, it is really nice. I'm just too busy mashing to really hear it. Is that it for today?
That's it for today. No, it's not. He lied. Hitman lied. Never trust a hint man. Swindlers of money. Givers of hints. Kyle making his way to Yield Dungeon Man, or Brick Road, excuse me.
Yeah, Dungeon Man's a little bit later.
Yeah, just a little bit. And larger, and a man that's a dungeon.
I feel like there are mixed feelings about Dungeon Man. I think it's one of the cooler points in the game.
I always liked it because of all the presents.
True. And the monsters are kind of a throwback. Just
Really
kind of destroying all the moonside monsters.
Yeah, really good protoplasm fight for Kyle. But yeah, the zoo, the mini
Pretty
barf
clean.
zoo. He get the duck skip.
If Monkey behaves, this should be a skip.
Got caught on the blocks.
Yeah, that just happens. Kyle is rocking the extra bread roll, I believe.
This duck shouldn't give him too much trouble.
Yeah, it does a lot of random things.
Do have weird toes though. Weird toes for a duck.
Yeah, they're not even like webbed. They're just like human, like yellow human feet.
Yeah.
That duck do be mad.
He's like, how could you give me human feet? Look at me. All the other ducks are laughing at me constantly. I can't even swim correctly.
The good luck squiggle. Yeah, I'm terrible with getting this second proto skip. I have no idea what to do. Sometimes I do the good luck squiggle.
Good luck
Try
squiggle.
to, making sure Bubble Monkey is behaving, but then it does or doesn't.
Time for Pond Cave.
Yeah, thanks for the race, Des. I don't know if you're lurking in here or not, but it was great commentating for you.
For sure. Well done as always. I'll being cautious in this first cave.
Oh, went a little too far.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, nothing you could have done there. You just get smashed twice, you get smashed twice.
I think he only had 22 HP, so they were smashing for 12. Good news is he could grab the better gun if he wanted to, because all the enemies will be gone from Brick Road.
That is right. The stun gun is a little overpowered for this part of the run.
Yeah.
Get the one-shot anything that isn't the mushroom.
I would not want to take a mushroom fight.
Can't say I'd be for it either.
And he's gonna skip it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken it either. I also speak lies. You don't want to get into a cave boy fight, even with the stun gun.
But a cave boy fight is a 100% picnic lunch drop. Death only.
Ooh, I might be convinced.
Have you ever played the Earthbound Retro achievements?
Can't say I have.
That's one of them. It's pretty fun.
Is that like a mod? You just play the emulated version and...
You have to log in, and then it has all these different achievements you can get.
All right. Didn't expect to be learning so much.
Yeah, there's always new and fun ways to play Earthbound. Kyle having trouble with the mouse bouncers again.
Yeah, Kyle kind of showcasing how awkward it is to stutter when you got Monkey following you.
Yeah. I honestly probably would have just taken the slug fight. They're pretty easy. They don't do a lot of damage.
I think he should be able to invincibility frame his way through the rest of the room.
Indeed.
Bubble Monkey trying his damnedest, but
He really did. He was like, wait, there's a mouse.
yeah, I know of runners who would actually try to stutter past the mouse on the bottom part, or maybe even walk around the mushroom, but it just gets really easy to get pincered. You
For
wouldn't want
sure.
to. You wouldn't want to kill a Boogey run this deep into it.
No, no. I mean, those mushrooms have a small aggro radius, but still, it would be a certain death. All right, he gets a free third room, going for the other bottle rocket. And Bubble Monkey doing what he does.
Doing his forced plot device.
Little dance to get that rope down. See if Kyle gets any. Oh, nope. Mm-mm. I've had this exact situation like cost me a PB before. Just up and down the rope.
Yeah, you're just so helpless against it also.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good play is never rewarded, honestly.
It's me and the mushroom boys. Like, God, come on. Finally. Whew.
Yeah, respecting the hitboxes. Even though it looks like on screen he's safe. I feel like those moonside monsters are the worst offenders of that. They'll just clip through cliffs and start fights from places you have no business starting them from.
Woo! I thought that came.
All right.
I heard your voice.
A little spooky.
Yeah. What? Ooh, my son? Oh, I can't believe it.
I know someone had asked if there was going to be another race tonight. If there is one, it'll be later tonight. I'm trying to scroll through the chat. I think it was answered there.
Crimson, do you know who's racing? It's a Crimson race. Joseph. Nice. Is that going to finish up the second round of races? That. I'm going to see Dune after this. I'm super excited.
Yeah, there was some talk about that.
Really had to practice some self-restraint and not just watch it on TV. I felt like it deserves to be seen in a theater. Okay.
Yeah, I think one thing that helps me with that restraint is just not having those streaming services.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was one of the hordes of people who canceled HBO after Game of Thrones was done.
We don't talk about Game of
You
Thrones
know.
in Fairwa.
Yeah, I felt like it still had to be said.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a few more second round races to go. That's super cool. And Kyle's gonna smash down the graveyard.
Gonna boom through.
Someone should write a fanfic about the two dudes who fixed the Skyrunner.
That could be a story in itself.
Yeah. And how like Jeff just comes in and just like completely demoralizes them and is like, "Oh, I can fix this." And they're like, "We've been working on this for 3 weeks."
I'm gonna say one of them said it was like just a paint job. You know, own up. He definitely did more than that.
Hopefully there's no spawns outside the graveyard. There are not. That's good. Teddy bear. And Kyle's at the boogie.
Heard it.
Sophie gets a good BBR roll.
Good bear. Humble bear.
And he did. 489.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right. GG's.
Didn't have any awkward 3'd respawns.
No. No zombie
liquidating everything to revive Jeff and find bottle rockets. Or whatever the strat is.
I think you can sell your defense sprite for 250. Something like that happens.
Yeah, that's good for a hospital visit.
Mm-hmm. And Kyle finishing up at 139. 14, 15. Cool. Good race, everyone. And it was a pleasure to commentate with you, Wall. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. Likewise.
Maybe we can commentate on another race.
Yeah, I should be down like most evenings.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm
Yeah,
going
good to
go.
be back into it.
I have to get ready for a Dune, but everyone remember to stop by later tonight, 10:30 Eastern, for the race between Crimson and Joseph. With that, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks for the race. Thanks for having me, and I'll be lurking later tonight. Yeah, thanks for hosting, Crimson. Thanks for the chat.